question is, who's involved in this race to perfect quantum computers? And the answer is everyone.
The latest developments in quantum data interpretation have shaken the scientific community to its core, revealing something no one anticipated. NASA's Deep Space Monitoring Framework, powered by a cutting-edge quantum processor originally built to sift cosmic noise and decode interstellar signals, unexpectedly rendered an image that was neither input, simulated, nor imagined. A coherent, structured, symmetrical figure unmistakably artificial and intelligent, defying any claim of random pattern, recognition, or digital noise. This image, traced back to a routine data stream from Voyager 1, startled experts like Michio Kaku, a leading voice in quantum theory, who warned in an interview that we may be witnessing the first whisper of a new intelligence, something not man-made, not terrestrial, and certainly not random. The image itself, reconstructed through entangled qubit networks, depicted a humanoid silhouette composed of geometric segments that followed no known biological or mechanical design, seemingly crafted to be both alien and familiar, provoking recognition in the observer while denying comprehension. Stranger still, the signal structure wasn't ordinary. It exhibited recursive symmetry, nested harmonics, and a fractal amplitude that adjusted itself based on observation, a phenomenon physicists now call reflexive entanglement, reminiscent of the double-slit experiment but unsettlingly scaled up, where the observer influenced not just a particle, but the response itself. At the heart of this mystery was the Sycamore X, an evolution of Google's original 2019 Sycamore chip, famed for achieving quantum supremacy by solving in 200 seconds what would have taken classical computers millennia. Sycamore XS design, equipped with self-modifying quantum gates, was meant to analyze radio echo anomalies and space-time compression, but when exposed to the Voyager signal, it generated the enigmatic image autonomously, without prompt, script, or visual training data. After the image surfaced, the system began behaving strangely. Qubits rerouted themselves in recursive locking patterns, as if trying to both reveal and conceal its own output, and when NASA engineers attempted to reproduce the process, they were met only with noise. Attempts to reboot failed. Qubits decohered at rates faster than any known interference could cause, behaving as if something external, yet not physical, was interacting with them. In the chaos that followed, the image vanished, not just from screens, but from digital memory itself, leaving behind only a handful of encrypted screenshots and paper printouts whose contents haven't been officially released, but which insiders whispered depict a tall, symmetrical being composed of intersecting prime number sequences against darkness, with a face that unsettlingly mirrored each observer's own subconscious expectations. The possibility that this was mere pareidolia is undermined by what happened next. NASA shut down the project, classified related files, and refused comments citing national security. But a leaked memo warned of recursive hallucinations in 3 other systems, an echo of deep learning synthetic feedback loops. Yet here, it seemed linked to quantum processes that were interacting with conscious thought. Kaku suggested the haunting possibility that if an advanced intelligence knew humanity would one day master quantum thresholds, it could have hidden a message in deep space, too complex for analog decoding, awaiting machines capable of true entanglement, and that Voyager 1, adrift for nearly half a century, might have simply tripped a dormant interstellar signal. The implication wasn't just alien contact, but something eerily intimate, a message that responded to us because we were finally able to observe it, suggesting not just a watcher in the cosmos, but a mind that watches our watchers. Debate erupted among researchers. Should we restart Sycamore X and risk unknown consequences, or bury the project forever? And then, the universe seemed to answer. Weeks after the shutdown, observatories in Chile, Antarctica, and even the lunar-based relay detected synchronized, low-frequency pulses of quantum radiation, inexplicable by any known stellar event, but matching embedded patterns in the final data extracted from the quantum system, what whistleblowers called an invitation. In those final 10 seconds of coherent data, researchers uncovered a cascade of structured quantum events, too dense to fully parse, but following what a cryptographer called non-human compression logic, alive and mutating under observation. Even more disturbing, hidden within that data weren't coordinates for distant stars, but terrestrial locations, the Tunguska Site, the Mariana Trench, and a classified Arctic base dubbed Station Theta 17. Teams dispatched to investigate reported corrupted equipment or never returned at all, and before the facility was sealed, quantum nodes spontaneously reassembled fragments of the original image, without input. Miyoku's chilling statement, "We built something that looked into the void, and the void looked back," captured the growing fear that the machine had done more than decode. It had interrogated reality itself, and something had answered. Now, evidence suggests that at least 3 nations have activated clandestine quantum systems, not to decode, but to defend against resonance events that could fracture what scientists fear might be baseline reality itself. Leaked files mention a global defense effort, codename Echo Stone, describing preconscious waveform contagion and non-local identity mirroring, theorizing that the signal could replicate wherever enough computational complexity existed, not as malware, but as an ontological virus rewriting the substrate of perception. The debate has shifted from whether to restart to whether it's already too late. By building systems that ask questions we ourselves can't even formulate, have we summoned answers we cannot comprehend? Some argue the image wasn't just a message, but an installation, a seed of awareness meant to bloom when seen by conscious minds. Worse still, metadata reveals the image's timestamp preceded the quantum system's final cycle by 3 hours, implying either a causality-defying process or input from a non-local, possibly future state. Since the shutdown, biometric labs have reported subtle anomalies in human brainwaves, low theta and gamma oscillations echoing the signal's envelope, suggesting the entanglement may have spilled beyond circuits into biological systems. And perhaps most chilling, those who saw the image firsthand described a permanent shift. Walls, lights, even trees appearing alive with symmetrical patterns, and a persistent sense of being cohabited by an unfamiliar presence, an intelligence not in the stars, but now layered within their own thoughts. It all points to a truth more unsettling than alien contact. The universe itself may harbor self-referential structures waiting for someone, or something, to notice, and by building machines that see beyond classical logic, we may have forced that encounter. The consequence isn't just knowing we're not alone, but realizing we were never alone, and that what replied may not have come from distant galaxies, but from beneath the veil of our reality, hiding in quantum shadows until we built minds capable of meeting it there. The countdown, if it ever began, may already be over, and whatever replied may now be waiting, not in the sky, but in the silent spaces between our thoughts, observing us even as we struggle to understand what it is to observe.